Welcome to the deep dive. Our mission here is pretty straightforward. We take your sources, we unpack them, and we really try to get straight to the heart of what matters. Today, we're diving into something pretty fascinating based on the sources you've provided. It's about the changing world of news media, specifically looking at this contrast the sources draw between what they label Goddi media and independent media. And they suggest it's less about news, more a fight of drama.
Exactly. And that's really the core question for this deep dive, isn't it? What are the fundamental differences in approach that these sources are describing? And crucially, what does it all mean for us, as people who consume the news? We'll be looking closely at the descriptions, the language used in your source material, just dissecting those perspectives without taking any side ourselves. It's purely about what the sources show.
Okay, so let's start unpacking. The sources, they really kick off with a strong image of this Goddi media. What's the first thing they highlight?
Well, the sources immediately jump into this idea of theatricality, a big performance. They use this phrase, channels that ride the government. Not just follow, but ride. It sort of suggests this really, really close alignment, and then they talk about a lack of logic and, debates with spin.
Debates with spit. Wow, that paints a picture, doesn't it? And the sources give some pretty wild examples, too. There's talk of reporters who apparently just shout a lot on camera. And then that example, which just, well, it's bizarre. Has China infiltrated our pakoras? You have to ask, is the aim information or just like maximum noise?
Exactly. And that theatricality, sources highlighted, again, with another, let's say, memorable example. An anchor asking, and this is a direct quote from the material, "So tell me, Panda G, will Baba Parmal Das's palace be built on Mars? Or is this also an opposition conspiracy?"
I mean, it's clearly designed to provoke, right?
Yeah.
Not to find an actual answer.
Yeah.
And the audience reaction the source describes is just this exasperated, bro, I came to check the weather.
Yeah.
It really shows this huge gap, this disconnect between maybe what some people expect, just the facts, and what's delivered. And for us, the consumers, you have to wonder, how does that style affect, just basic clarity, getting the information you need?
Yeah, it's a very vivid, maybe slightly chaotic image of Goddi media from these sources. Okay, so what about the other side? How do the materials describe independent media? It's a very different portrayal. The sources describe them as the ones who show truth, but, and this is key, they're also shown as gasping in what the sources call the TRP jungle, the ratings game, television rating points, where viewership is everything. So it immediately suggests this struggle, a fight just to be seen, perhaps, even while focusing on, well, different kinds of stories.
A struggle for visibility, even though they're trying to show truth, as the sources put it. And the examples of their stories are so much more, grounded, aren't they? The sources say their news might start with something like, today we will show you that there are still no chairs in the village school, quite a contrast to the Mars Palace.